Welcome back. Well, this week is National Pet Week. So today, Shelby Stanley with the Idaho Humane Society is joining us to talk about some tips for folks who might be thinking about being a foster pet parent. And first of all, Shelby, thank you so much for joining us here. Yeah. I know this little guy's name is Post Malone. Talk about him. He's so cute.
So he came in as a stray, so unfortunately there's not a lot of information about him, but typically that's kind of how it is for kittens. We get a lot of strays, and 'tis the season, so we're getting a lot right now.
Oh, okay. And speaking of, you know, we're talking about foster pet programs or foster care programs. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when it comes to the foster program, there's many different reasons why an animal needs to go into foster. Most of the time for these little guys it's just due to age. So a lot of the time, especially now, we're getting animals that come in that could be neonates or just a few weeks too young to where they are old enough to hit the adoption floor. We generally like them to be about 2 months old to where they can be spayed and neutered and then go ahead and hit that adoption floor. I mean, with foster, we have medical concerns. So one that we're seeing a lot of is like a hyperthyroid condition. And that's more seniored cats, but we definitely get them. So other than that, it could be anywhere from like a orthopedic surgery. You know, it just depends. But
you know, I think some people are watching right now here on the news at 4 and they're wondering, you know, maybe the benefits of the program?
For sure, yeah. So as far as benefits go, kind of goes both ways. So definitely for the people getting to take home the sweet little kittens or puppies that they're able to help care for, it helps us as far as like getting the animals to socialize, know more information about them so we can pass it along to the potential adopter or the foster that decides to adopt. So otherwise, it really helps the shelter be able to get the animals out of the shelter so they can be housed with somebody that is able to care for them. And without the foster department, honestly, it would be so hard to care for the animals that we have. It would just become some overpopulation, you know.
Yeah. And, you know, right now I know that you guys do medical care, right?
Correct.
Before people foster
we do,
these.
yes.
What are some of those things? I know you mentioned some of them already, but
yeah.
What are some of the other things?
So when an animal comes into the shelter, they have to go through the intake exam. So with that, we're making sure that they're getting their boosters, any dewormers, flea treatments, things like that. We're just doing a general assessment to see how they are and their well-being is so that we can go ahead and pass them along. If we're seeing anything concerning, then we get them straight to the vet clinic to provide care for them, and that could be anything that they're needing. I mean, you never know why they're coming in, what's happening. So our team works together really well, and we're able to be quick and take care of them as soon as they need.
Oh, look at Post Malone, just chilling. So, you know, I think people are watching right now. What can they do if they'd like to be a foster parent?
Yeah, if you guys want to be a foster parent, I would say go onto our website. It's idahohumanesociety.org. You would fill out that foster application, and then from there, we would get you through the process, and we would have you aboard.
Perfect. Well, Shelby, thank you so much for joining us here on the News at 4, and thank you, Post Malone. Yeah, we'll be right back.